When UFO Abduction Research Went Mainstream by Charles Lear. In 1981, a new narrative became firmly established as part of the UFO mystery with the publication of Bud Hopkins's book, Missing Time. A large part of the book consists of transcriptions of recordings made during hypnosis sessions where the subjects described being taken aboard craft by 3 to 4 feet tall creatures that performed medical procedures on them. The descriptions of the creatures were similar to descriptions of beings that would become known as the Greys, which are the now iconic creatures with large black eyes that became commonly reported after Whitley Strieber's 1987 book, Communion. The eyes of the creatures reported in Hopkins's book vary. The book came out in July of 1981, and Hopkins, along with Dr. Aphrodite Clammer, a psychotherapist hired to conduct some of the hypnosis sessions, gave interviews to the press. From this point on, the UFO abduction phenomenon began to receive serious consideration from the mainstream press, with Hopkins as the leading authority for the rest of the decade. There is a full-page article headlined, Book Documents Cases of Alien Abduction by Hal Mackenzie on page 5 of the September 19, 1981, New York News World. Mackenzie sums up the book's chilling message this way. Extraterrestrial beings have been picking people up from the Earth, taking them into their spacecraft, examining them medically, taking samples of their flesh and hair, and then releasing them after inducing amnesia to forget their bizarre and terrifying experience. Hopkins ended the introduction of his book with this, All I can say is that I'm sure it is going on. People are being picked up, examined, sometimes marked for life, and then released. Their memories conveniently blocked. Beyond this, everything is speculation. Hopkins is described as an internationally acclaimed artist with paintings in many major U.S. museums, which was indeed the case, and they are still part of the collections of museums such as the Whitney Museum of American Art in New York City. According to Mackenzie, Hopkins started investigating abduction cases in 1976 and became intensely involved with 19 of them, involving 37 people. According to Mackenzie, out of these, the focus in the book is on 7 people who all recalled their experiences while under hypnosis. In actuality, the book looks in detail at 7 accounts told by 6 people, with one of them, referred to as Virginia Horton, describing 2 incidents from her childhood, one in 1950 and the other in 1960. In the introduction to Missing Time, Hopkins makes an argument that UFO reports constitute a problem worth looking into. He presents this as the definition of UFO belief. He then gets into a bit of U.S. UFO history that includes the 1964 Lonnie Zamora incident and the 1896-97 mystery airship wave. He introduces Dr. J. Allen Hynek, a former scientific consultant for the U.S. Air Force's UFO investigation, who was, at that time, the director of the Center for UFO Studies. Hopkins was a member of that organization and also a member of the Mutual UFO Network. He describes Hynek as having become persuaded of both the reality and the crucial importance of the UFO phenomenon, with the strong possibility that UFOs were indeed extraterrestrial spacecraft. Hopkins brings up occupant reports and then gets into the Betty and Barney Hill case that involved their recollections while under hypnosis of an abduction experience. He then gives an account